Getting it. This Big 12 Media Day is already done. Let's go out to Oklahoma City, talk to our guy, Dylan Buckingham from WFOR TV, and he hosts middays on the franchise there. Dylan, we were talking about, I don't know if you saw Messi going grocery shopping today and didn't seem like he was bothered. Maybe it was yesterday, but it was posted on social media this morning. Do you have any good celebrity sightings?
Any good celebrity sightings? That's a great question. Man, I'm kind of boring. I haven't been to a play. Like, I guess Ryan Seacrest came to a basketball game here, and this isn't like a sighting, but this was a lot of fun because, you know, Ryan Seacrest is such a pro about taking pictures with everybody.
Sure.
I literally walked up to him, got in a line of people, and then walked up to him, didn't say a word to him, smiled, took a picture, and walked off. So, like, I have a picture with him. We look like we're best friends. Didn't say a single word to him.
Wow. All right.
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Kind of weird. But, yeah, it's a great picture.
Were there auditions there? What was he doing in Oklahoma City?
He was there for a playoff game. He's got the, Oklahoma City likes to hand out T-shirts whenever they have playoff home games. And
right.
He's got the jacket on. He's got the Oklahoma City 18203 shirt where, you know, that's how many fans we can fit into the Peak. Well, formerly the Peak, now the Paycom Center. And so, he was just there for the good old time that was.
How about that? All right. He didn't take you back to L.A. on his private jet?
No, I will say this. I've been to a ton of playoff games in L.A., and that is like a who's who of anybody.
Sure.
I mean, we're Billy Crystal, Denzel Washington, Justin Bieber, Rihanna, Jack. Yep. I saw Jack in a hallway. Extremely short.
But that's what you're expecting there. We're talking like in the grocery store. Like I opened up a door and Kate Beckinsale was there. I mean, like, whoa, that kind of thing. Yeah, at Starbucks at that.
That's good there.
That was a good sighting. Yes. All right, Big 12 Media Days. Was there a take that we got 4 new teams? You still got Texas and Oklahoma before they join the SEC. What was the overall vibe?
I'm like the most disappointing guest you've had in a long time. I will tell you that right now.
Never.
It was low key. It was like, I actually don't remember Kansas State talking at all. Like, There was not a memorable quote from a single person at Kansas State, which is kind of on brand for them, right? Like, they fly under the radar, and then they just go out there and destroy you in the fall. But beyond that, though, nothing too crazy. I was a little disappointed that there was some low-hanging fruit for a lot of people with the Bedlam quotes again. I mean, it was the exact same story we had last year. We just didn't know when Oklahoma was actually going to leave with Texas for the SEC, so it kind of turned into a deal where, Oklahoma State's not playing Oklahoma anymore. How does it make you feel, Mike? And Mike Gundy kind of regurgitated everything he said a year ago. So it was kind of boring in that sense. I was a little disappointed that, people that know that there's a low-hanging fruit question there like that just took it. But it was a low-key deal. Oklahoma kind of talked about competitive balance this year and playing more fresh faces, fresh players, and not being so bogged down to 11, 12, 13 type of person rotation on defense. And efficiency. That was another big word they threw out this year, too, was efficiency. And so, it's just kind of a weird time for both OU and OSU because Oklahoma has a lot of young players. 97 people on their roster. 97 are in their first or second year at OU. For Oklahoma State, they had, I believe it was 17 transfers, but when it's all said and done, they'll have 37 new faces that they're trying to integrate this fall. So a lot of youth. Interesting time because Oklahoma's picked 3rd in the conference. Oklahoma State's picked 7th. And, a lot of people think Texas is the team to beat. And honestly, I can't say I disagree with them with the way I watched them destroy Oklahoma last year in the Red River rivalry.
The low-hanging fruit question, Dylan, was Mike or Coach Gundy, do you go to a salon to color your hair or do you do just for men? Do you do it yourself? That was the low-hanging fruit question.
Well, I'm surprised the beard didn't get more pull with him, honestly, because he's kept his mullet in check. It hasn't gone too wild recently, but my man is let the facial hair fly, and it is all gray.
Yeah.
And it is something, man. Like I get a lot of Silver Fox comments from the ladies around the station. So yeah, they're all fired up about that, but that's been a different dynamic to say the least with Mike.
So then why doesn't he let the top go silver?
I don't know. I will say this. Mike is in incredible shape and, honestly puts a lot of time and effort into the shape he's in.
Sure.
Does a lot of working out. And so I'm this is going to sound like a really weird statement, but I feel like this guy, puts so much effort into staying healthy that he just hasn't gone gray yet, if that makes any sense.
Well, it doesn't because his face has gone gray, so obviously that's not the case.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm working my way there faster than he is.
I'm already there, so it is what it is. We're talking to Dylan Buckingham, WFOR, and the franchise hosting middays. All right, let's talk about Texas. I think they're going into Tuscaloosa and with Quinn Ewers and beating Alabama, and that's going to basically set the stage for an incredible 2023 season.
Wow, I love that take. That is bold. It's big time. I'll tell you that much. You know what's strange? I'm not in the same boat, but I'm definitely on the shore looking at that boat for you. I said before Texas got out of the Big 12 that they would win a Big 12 championship. And I truly believe that because I feel like Steve Sarkisian is a guy that absolutely learned from his mistakes that he's had throughout his career at USC and Washington and all that stuff. And I really do feel like he is more focused on his career than he's ever been in a spot that's under a microscope like no other a couple other programs, but you know how Texas is. I mean, it just gets so overwhelmed with so many boosters and people that are of importance in the program that it becomes really hard to just focus on football. And I think he's doing that. I really do. And so I actually had the take that they would get a Big 12 title before they would leave the conference. Now, that being said, I wasn't really sure they were going to leave, early. I thought I had a couple more years, but I'm kind of running out of time here for the Big 12 to have Texas be crowned a champion. So it's going to have to be this year. So I'm glad you're picking that. I'm glad you're saying that Alabama is going to have a slower start for Texas purposes. But at the end of the day, though, with the way that the college football playoff plays out, if they lose that game to Bama and they still dominate the Big 12 and they have 2 losses, I could absolutely see them being in.
Well, a couple things about that. So take it for what it is. Last year, I predicted that Alabama would blow Texas out. And probably prior to that ball game, I predicted that Texas would beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa only because of the turnover. And what we've seen out of Alabama, those guys are good, but they're not as good as the guys they've lost. They lost the best offensive player in the country. They lost the best defensive player in the country. I do not know how they're going to improve on that from last year, I guess, if other teams are lesser as well. So we shall see. All right, what about these Oklahoma Sooners? Let's talk about the Sooners. Is this team even close already to compete in the SEC?
You know what? I actually think they are.
Okay.
That might be – I know you're going to go, geez, this guy's in Oklahoma. He covers this team, and, he's saying that Oklahoma's ready to play in the SEC. They have made an extremely big effort to go and recruit up front on both sides of the football. Caden Green's a guy out of Missouri that is a close to, if not 5-star player. That is an offensive lineman that they're going to absolutely love. They just landed a 5-star offensive lineman. That was one of their highest offensive lineman recruits that they've had in program history. There's a guy named PJ Adebaware out of, I believe it's Missouri as well. It's either Missouri or, it's Kansas City. It's where it is. And he's a 5-star defensive end that isn't getting much play because he's a freshman, right? But this kid's going to be everything that you'd expect from a defensive end that can be a menace. And that's the spot that I've noticed. In recruiting with Lincoln Riley, it was all about the 5-star flash. Quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, basically skill position guys. And, the development wasn't always there. They just kind of leaned back on talent a little bit. And don't get me wrong, like Caleb Williams is an incredible talent. You saw what Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, and Jalen Hurts all did under Lincoln Riley. But beyond that, though, what they're trying to do, they're trying to play with the big boys. They're trying to have that physicality, that dominance up front that's been missing, that really a lot of the Big 12 hasn't had in a long time because all those guys go to the SEC. And I can tell you right now, when Oklahoma did their Champ U barbecue about a month ago, Brent Venables made it a point to just flash SEC everywhere to these kids. Everywhere. So when you look at the numbers of what they've tried to recruit and who they've offered, it's been all offensive, defensive line guys that they're really trying to land and stick on that'll be ready to make that jump when it happens. Because, you saw what happened last year. Georgia and TCU, it's just two different animals. TCU looked like a dominant team in the conference.
Right.
They're physical a couple of games and they get it done, but then you go against a team like Georgia, those guys are monsters. And that's what Oklahoma is really trying to pull in right now. I don't know if they've had maybe the success that they've hoped they would have yet in terms of that recruiting game, but that'll come in time. And if you look at the rankings right now, they're at 17. depending on what service you use. They expect a ton more recruits to sign. Their number is that low right now because of how many total recruits they have in the 24 class. So if you have a service that you're looking at right now and you're seeing Oklahoma, don't freak. If you're an Oklahoma fan, they're going to have some more signees soon, including potentially a 5-star defensive talent named David Stone, who is just an absolute star. So if that happens, I think that will definitely boost them up in the rankings. But they've tried to make a big effort up front on both sides of the ball.
All right, let's wrap it up here with Dylan Buckingham, WFOR in Oklahoma City. Let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma State. You mentioned all the new players, breaking in a new quarterback. They got a team coming in there that right now, based on some sort of ratings, statistics or whatever the case may be, South Alabama is actually favored by like a touchdown, which seems a little bit high, over Oklahoma State. This could be one of those seasons, a UCF, a Cincinnati type of season for South Alabama in the Sun Belt. Do you think it's going to take Oklahoma State a little bit of time to get going, or are they going to be hot to trot, so to speak, right off the bat?
Hot to trot.
Yeah,
I'll say this.
So that's like a 60-year-old reference. Sorry.
Not at all. Not at all. You're good. I actually know what it means. Trust me. I've heard that a lot actually around here. But it's funny because I don't know where I fall in line with that. I think Oklahoma State gets to 6 wins. They have 17 straight winning seasons, okay? Like, they're going to be a bowl team, in my opinion. The thing that's really crazy about this, though, is that I don't think Vegas knows where to go because of the 37 new faces. And from what I understand and what I've been told, we know how they have a high-octane offense. They move fast-paced. I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the case this year. From what I understand, Alan Bowman, the Texas Tech/Michigan transfer, is in a battle with Garrett Rangel for the quarterback job. And I understand that they could be going more heavy, like with 12 personnel, with tight ends, which is a little bit of a departure from what they're used to. They do like to run the ball effectively, but it's usually in a faster-paced situation. So I'm not saying they're going to slow the tempo down, but I am saying that you could see a different look offense that we haven't seen under Mike Gundy in a long time. And because there's so many new guys that they're trying to integrate, I don't think people really know where to go. And I even kind of talked to the players about that this week. I said, you guys have had a ton of winning seasons, but no one really knows about the guys that are coming in. And Mike Gundy says, we've replaced everybody that left, and we feel good about that, but we don't know what that looks like on paper yet. So I think they feel like they're flying under the radar. Mike Gundy seems confident going into Big 12 Media Days, which sounds weird, but when he's like that, he usually feels pretty good about his teams. And that's what I've noticed, at least in about 13 years of covering Mike. And so I would say that they're going to be fine. I would say that, if you ask me right now, no offense to the fine folks out there, but I would say they've got South Alabama taken care of. But they do have a really tough schedule because they have to travel the most out of any of the teams in the Big 12 this year. They're going to Ames. They're going to West Virginia, to Orlando, to Houston. They've got a game against Arizona State. They're all over the place. So it's not going to be easy for them, especially if Alan Bowman can't get protected.
All right, not to pump up South Alabama because we're not in Mobile anymore. We're in Lafayette, but they're bringing like 20 of 22 guys back, and they have a quarterback that has an NFL arm. So just be careful. Just to let people know that Oklahoma State may win that ball game because it's still Power 5 versus Group of 5, but don't underestimate what South Alabama should have beaten UCLA last year is what should have happened. So
I am all here for the chaos. Like, give me some tight action and some non-conference matchups. With Oklahoma State, they don't typically have a very strong non-conference presence. So, hey, if you give me a good game like that, I am thrilled.
All right, give me a surprise team in the Big 12 before we let you go.
Surprise team. You're gonna hate this answer, but it's TCU to me.
Right.
I think it's TCU, and that sounds weird. They have a ton of turnover. I know they went to the national championship last year, but I feel like they're picked low. They're fifth in the conference right now. If you want me to get off of the fact that like they were good last year, I can do that, and I can give you a really cute answer and say something like Texas Tech. I really think Joey McGuire's done a good job there. I don't know if I just trust them to start playing better defense. Like we keep talking about this every single year at Tech. We know what their offense is made of, and they've had a revolving door of quarterbacks there the last 3-4 years. But I do think that McGuire's going to get them on stable ground, so he's probably my answer with Tyler Show as the quarterback. I think they could make a little noise, maybe win some games that maybe none of us are expecting.
He's Dylan Buckingham, WFOR, and the franchise in Oklahoma City. Really appreciate your time, man. We'll catch up during the season.
I'm going to have you on before South Alabama. We got a lot to talk about.
All right. Well, we can do that. Absolutely. All right. That'll be
Take
good.
care, Dave. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks, Dylan. All right. Finally. Although he would never have a real reason to bring me on. All right. All right, let's take a timeout. That went long. So TCU is underestimated this year because of the turnover, right? Oklahoma State, just like Texas State, bringing in 37 new players. Jeez. Texas State's bringing in 51. Yeesh. All right. We'll hear more about that in a couple weeks at Sunbelt Media Days. Let's take a timeout. Dave Schultz, Lyndon Burton. Are we doing a push-up next?
I'm about to go give me something to drink.
All right. You're going to have to go to the bathroom while I'm on an interview that drops out again?
I've been good.
You've been good?
We're hanging tight.
All right. Back after this, 103.3. Let go.
I like smoking lightning.
There's a heat advisor at Acadiana Automotive Group. We advise you to get down here for these red hot deals. Like this brand new Jeep Gladiator, all in stock, $10,000 off the MSRP, plus 1.9% APR up to 72 months. So come see our team at Acadiana Automotive Group, where the savings are scorching and excitement is off the chart. Under the big American flag across from the airport, Lafayette.
Dealer discount, $6,000 rebate, $3,000 must finance with Chrysler Capital with approved credit plus DTNL. Visit AcadianaDodge.com.
And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for and there they go. Almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt U.S. Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Though Phi can't drive, he still flies down the track. Staying fit helps him fight retinitis pigmentosa, a blinding retinal disease. But he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Phi, winning the fight means seeing new ways to push himself. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
My son Finn was born with congenital heart disease, causing him to spend the first 8 months of his life in the hospital. During that time, he endured 10 surgeries, including an open heart surgery. Starlight Children's Foundation has played an important role in my family's life. For 5 weeks when he was a baby, Finn lived in a Starlight Hero wagon. You could not understand the pure joy of having him go from a hospital bed into his favorite red wagon, especially when he was so little. The support that Starlight provides to families like mine is an integral part of creating happiness at a time when there's very little to be found. Learn more about how the Starlight Children's Foundation brightens the lives of sick kids by visiting starlight.org today.
St. Joseph's Indian School is much more than a school for Native American children.
It's like a family. Classes are fun here. I am learning about my culture.
Since 1927, St. Joseph's Indian School has provided children the education, health care, and support they need to succeed. To help give our kids brighter futures, learn more at stjo.org today.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the sheep sleeps tonight.
It just isn't the same without the lion. Join the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance today. Visit sdzwa.org.
Pardon us while we butt in with a little common sense. 103.3 The GOAT, the greatest sports talk of all time.
It's a whole new ball game on 103.3 The GOAT. And now is the time to get your company's message out to Acadiana. We've got the only live and local programming on your morning drive. What's the name of that show?
Inside the Huddle.
He just stuck something in his mouth. Sorry about that. What do you got there?
These are pretzels that they had in the break room. They're incredible, man.
Okay. All right. We've got the only live and local programming on your morning drive to work with Inside the Huddle and SportsChat with Dave Schultz on the ride home. We're the only place in Acadiana you can hear Louisiana Ragin Cajuns and the New Orleans Saints on the radio. Call the hotline 337-269-1077. That's 269-1077, or email us at 1033thegoat@gmail.com. For more information, advertise on 1033 The GOAT, the best sports talk in Acadiana. All right. We'll talk Tennessee Volunteers. Or the NCAA. It's more about the NCAA. It's not so much about Tennessee. Because they did what they did. That just the NCAA did nothing about it. But we want to hear John Calipari.
Yeah.
All right, because I want to know if this is a faux pas or not. You're going to know this, and I'm not.
Okay.
All right, so play. Well, that's the Who.
Yeah, no, not the Who.
All right, so play. You got John Calipari?
I got the video.
So John Calipari took his Kentucky Wildcat team to Drake's house.
Yep. He wasn't even there. He just...
Joe Drake wasn't there.
No, Drake's on tour. He
Oh, okay.
He just said, hey, my house is empty.
Oh, okay.
Y'all go have a good time.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's hear John Calipari.
All right. We're Drake, relaxing. Really wish you were with us. But as I walk around, what is that? Is that a hotel? Oh my gosh. And here comes Goofball.
Goofball.
He's talking about his team.
Yeah,
And then he's like, I'm not going in the pool.
Yeah.
So that was Drake in the background?
That was Drake and the Migos.
So is that a faux pas?
What you mean?
Someone's playing his own music?
He's not there.
Would that have made a difference?
I mean, hey, the kids want to hear Drake, so...
At Drake's place.
At Drake's place.
So what would have been a mistake to play at his place? Does Drake have a rival?
Oh, yeah, you don't play Kanye at Drake's house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no Pusha T, no Kanye.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why? What's up with that?
Big beef.
Big beef about what? Kim or something else?
No, okay, so there's beef between Pusha T and Drake.
Okay.
Pusha T told the world that Drake had a kid before Drake told the world he had a kid.
Oh.
And he made it a diss, like, why are you hiding that kid from the world?
Oh.
Yeah, it was big beef. And Drake told Kanye he had a kid. Kanye told Pusha T, so Kanye's a snake. Big beef. Can't play in Kanye or Pusha T at Drake's house. No,
Okay.
sir.
All right.
And Pusha T dissed Lil Wayne, and that's Drake's guy. A lot of beef. I don't even listen to Pusha T or Kanye.
Because of that?
Well, I don't listen to Kanye for some recent comments, but I don't listen to Pusha T because of the beef. I'm Team Drake, man.
You're Team Drake?
All the way. I've been a Drake fan since I was 15 years old, 14 years old. It's not changing. I grew up with him.
All right.
I watched him in Degrassi, too, when I was a kid, 12.
What was that?
Degrassi? It's like
I don't know.
Gilmore Girls for this generation, or One Tree Hill, that type of show.
He was in
show.
that show?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, okay.
Wheelchair Jimmy.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's what he was.
I got you.
He was a basketball player.
I just want to know if it's
he got shot in the back and he became Wheelchair Jimmy.
I mean, is that like if you're going out and you wear your own jersey out?
Yeah, that's a faux pas. You can't do that. As
All
a
right.
sports player, I should never see you with your
what
jersey
happens if
on.
you're a sports player and you're playing basketball at your court? Can you put on your own jersey?
No.
So what's the difference between that and playing Drake?
Because
at Drake's
Drake's not
house?
DJing.
So if Drake was DJing,
Then it's a faux pas.
then it's a faux pas.
Unless he's playing new music. Unreleased.
Then if he's introducing new music to
It's
his
okay.
friends and family,
Yeah,
then
that's
it's
okay.
That's a different story.
But you can't play Hotline Bling, which is 5 years old, at Drake's house if you're Drake.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go. But I can go, like, if I was in the Kentucky team and I played Drake, that's okay.
Without Drake there.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. What if Drake was there?
I can still play it.
You
Because,
can
like,
still
he
play.
made great music, bro. We're
All right.
jamming out.
All right.
He would appreciate that, too, probably.
I just find it odd. I don't know. I just find it interesting. Those are the things I kind of find interesting. Maybe that's the only thing on the playlist that Drake's plays is Drake's music. Could look at it that way.
Possibly.
Not allowed to play anything.
Well, he listens to a lot of Sade.
Does he?
Yeah.
Nice.
Big Sade fan.
All right. Who's not a big Sade fan?
True.
Right?
Sade's great.
Right. Little smooth operator.
Yep.
That's going way back. All right. Let's take a timeout. We'll do NCAA when we come back. 5 o'clock, Brad Logan will hop on. We'll talk Ole Miss and Mississippi State. We did get the seating arrangement. I don't seem to be in the back corner this year.
Nice.
At SEC Media Days. It kind of loops around, right? It's like an L.
Yeah.
And some of the bigger people are up front.
And
right.
Where are you on the L? Towards the top of the tail.
So if you have the short part, probably I'm in the long part coming back.
Nice. Okay. Solid.
I'm all right. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's a good spot.
Last year I was in the corner. Nobody put Schultz in the corner.
Yeah, I was in
the SEC.
I was in the back of the Pelicans media day. So.
All right, back after this. Dave Schultz, Lynn and Burton, 103.3 to go.
Pardon us while we butt in with a little common sense. 103.3 The GOAT, the greatest sports talk of all time.
Hi, this is Nikki Prather, Acadiana Market President for Capital One Bank. Speaking for the entire Capital One team, we're proud to support Town Square Media as the flagship home of the Ragin Cajun Sports Network. We applaud the hard work and commitment of the players, coaches, faculty, staff, and of course the fans who contribute to the excitement and tradition of success that is Louisiana athletics. We wish the teams good luck through the season. It is Capital One's great pleasure to say, go Ragin Cajuns. Capital One Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Wendy's is open till midnight or later, so you can give in to the craving and go night mode. Now all of your favorite menu items just got their bedtime extended. You can get what you want even later, like the Baconator with 6 strips of bacon, or the perfect fries and Frosty Duo. If you're up later, then so are we. So go ahead and pull through the drive-thru. When the craving hits, go night mode at Wendy's. Open till midnight or later. All right, see ya later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary.
Dan Hicks with Paul Azinger, welcoming you back to the Healthy Stand Classic. And Zing, she has been absolutely tremendous today, but it all comes down to this shot.
It does, Dan, and you couldn't ask for better conditions. 68 degrees, just a slight 2-mile-an-hour breeze, and a UV index of 3. This is absolutely critical.
That is right. This direct exposure to midday sun could be increasing her risk to melanoma.
It looks like she's making a change.
Yeah, she's putting that putter back in the bag. Now let's see what she takes out.
Oh, wow. Looks like she's pulling out a 15.
I don't know. Looks like she's going with a 30.
Strong choice. She's going to want to use the recommended SPF 30 even on a cloudy day.
And notice how she's using broad spectrum sunscreen.
And a generous amount, too.
Incredible.
That was a masterful performance.
That was pretty good, too.
Stand Up to Cancer and Optum want to help you reduce your risk for cancer. Visit takeahealthystand.org.
Ernie Johnson and Charles Barkley welcoming you back to Susan's Cubicle here in Accounts Payable. What an afternoon of nonstop bookkeeping action, Charles. Are you kidding me? She set herself a reminder to get out of that chair and move.
That's a smart use of a timeout.
She's somehow still reading her emails while getting her heart rate up and moving her muscles. Healthy habits that could lower your risk of cancer.
Uh-oh, it's Karen from the IT department.
This is a wrinkle no one saw coming. She means well, but she just derailed the yoga class down in accounts receivable.
There she goes with one of her usual distractions.
But Susan just tosses her a no-look wave.
That's a crazy move.
Let's watch that again. She's stretching, and there's the effortless side wave.
Susan's putting on a clinic.
Susan from Accounts Payable. Dominating. Just get moving. It helps in the prevention of so many cancers.
Stand Up to Cancer and Optum want to help you reduce your risk for cancer. Visit takeahealthystand.org.
Thirsty for intelligent sports talk? Sounds like you need a little Gatorade. 103.3 The GOAT, the greatest sports talk of all time.
By the way, this is one of the all-time great debut albums.
Oh, okay. Boston?
Yeah, Boston.
Oh.
Yeah.
Self-titled. Yeah. Gotcha.
All right, the Sun Belt Conference has become the premier Group of 5 conference in the country, and Sports Chat with myself will be there live from New Orleans. Sun Belt Media Days in a couple weeks, Tuesday, July 25th, and Wednesday, July 26th. I'll bring the coaches, players, and media covering the Sun Belt in 2023. Sun Belt Media Days brought to you by Lafayette Roofing and Dwight Andrus, a division of Hub International. That's Sports Chat with me, Dave Schultz, live from New Orleans. The 2023 Sunbelt Media Days on the best sports talk in Acadiana on 103.3 The GOAT and 103.3thegoat.com. All right. Top of the hour, we'll talk to Brad Logan about Ole Miss. They're working out their quarterback situation. Mississippi State is not working out their quarterback situation. They have their guy, Will Rogers, who's probably going to set all kinds of SEC and Mississippi State records if he already hasn't. And, of course, they're breaking in a new coach, Zach Arnett. All right. Meanwhile, today, if you haven't heard, the NCAA finally got around to punishing Tennessee and the Volunteers for the nefarious Jeremy Pruitt were putting money in a bag at the, through the drive-thru. All right?
Jeez.
Talk about a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
And they found not a handful, not 2 handfuls, not handfuls and the toes, not 50, not 100, not 150, more than 200 violations, 18 level 1 violations. I mean, Tennessee outright cheated a bunch. Jeez. They got an $8 million fine and a few scholarship reductions. That's
nothing.
It. They got a bunch of nothing. Now, I'll agree with the people who say, well, don't punish the kids that are there now. They didn't have anything to do with this. I get it. But basically what they're doing is telling you, go ahead and cheat. We'll give you a couple bucks. We'll take away a couple bucks. We'll take away a couple of scholarships.
I like your point of, if I'm a coach and this is not going to get found out for 3-4 years, then I'm going to cheat till I can and
That's
cheat
basically
more
it.
And go
Right?
win a championship.
Yeah,
make
which
my
they
money.
didn't do, by the way.
Yeah, true.
Which they did not do. All right, so
But
he's bad at cheating.
They reaped the benefits of it this past season.
Sure.
Yeah,
potentially. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep, that's exactly right. Because Heupel's only been there a couple of years.
Yep.
Although, as we've seen, you can turn it over pretty quickly here. Show cause penalties. Listen to these. We're given to assistant coaches Derek Ansley, 2 years. Brian Niedermeyer, 5. Shelton Felton, 4. That sounds like a rap artist. What kind of name is that? Shelton Felton? Shelton Felton, 4. Recruiting director Bethany Gunn, 5. Assistant director Chantrice Boone, 10 years. Director of player personnel Drew Hughes, 4. And student assistant Magnus, 3. So that, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other people, not including Jeremy Pruitt, that's 8, got show causes.
Jeez.
This was a corrupt institution and a corrupt athletic department, although somehow his wife, Casey, whose job was to oversee, to make sure that the athletes stayed eligible and that the athletic departments were following the rules, working as an officer in an NCAA compliance office.
And she can't be biased?
Well, she is.
Yeah.
But maybe she's the one who knows how to break the rules. I don't know how you can look at it that way.
True.
Despite doling out $15,000 cash when that was not legal at the time, she didn't get anything. Eric Kane said, well, she wasn't employed by the Volunteers athletic department. Oh, really? So now, not only can I cheat and we're going to get a slap on the wrist, I can have my wife cheat and nothing's going to happen to her. That's
good,
basically
Bob.
what I'm seeing from the NCAA. They just, with what they did with LSU, which was not much.
True.
And even less, I think, to Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
They just opened up the floodgates. It is open season for doing whatever we want.
It should be, like, honestly. And I think what you said as well of how they just need to be good. They just need to be gone. Like, they don't serve a purpose.
They do not.
Except
go run the basketball tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the other championships. They don't run the football championships.
No.
And somebody else does that.
Yep,
Right?
I'm with you.
So
Give Reggie Bush back his trophy, man.
What's that?
Give Reggie Bush back his trophy. Like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna allow this
That's
type
right.
of stuff
That's
to
exactly
happen,
right.
like that's crazy.
That's exactly right. Just, they are as big as hypocrites as there is. And part of that, I get the reason why the NCAA turned into this because, I mean, back in the day, widespread cheating.
Yeah, it was bad.
Widespread cheating. And now a lot of those things, although you should still be punished for things that turned illegal, right? Only because you did it when they were illegal. That'd be like, well, you know, I was caught speeding last week. It was 55 miles per hour, but now they raised the speed limit to 65 miles per hour. Can I not pay the ticket now? Because no, that's not the way that it works, right? You broke the rules at the time when it was illegal. So the NCAA needs to go away. It needs just to stop doling out any kind of punishment. What was the word I made up? Feckless?
No, you didn't make it up. It's a real word.
It's a real word.
No, they're really feckless.
Okay.
Like you nailed it on the head.
They have no teeth whatsoever. They could have. That's the part of it where the kids get caught in the middle, right? When you're trying to send a message, don't do this.
Yeah.
Right? It's supposed to be a deterrent.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right.
Now there's no deterrent.
Zero.
They've taken away the deterrent.
And for those that want to know what feckless means, to just show you Dave was on the right path, lacking initiative or strength of character, irresponsible. NCAA, very feckless.
It just does. They have no standing. And not only that, they want Congress. They want Congress to take care of their NIL deal.
Wait, what? Oh my God.
Oh yeah, they want a federal law for NIL, so they can't even figure out how to do that. This guy Charlie Baker, former governor of Massachusetts, just got the gig and he's going to DC. So they don't even want to police their own system. They want someone else to do it.
Yeah, they just want to make the money and say, "Oh, my hands are free of it."
Yeah. So they are as useless as an organization as there is. And these things take forever, right? The Will Wade thing was like 4+ years. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right.
When we had the audio, like on
you
a
had the
documentary.
audio, and if the feds can't put you in jail because it's really a victimless crime, okay, that the families of these kids are getting money, so the sneaker companies can, have an in at the time. Nothing guarantees them that. Maybe they feel a little bit of an obligation, but not necessarily. And so these assistant coaches actually went to jail. None of the head coaches went to jail. Patino didn't go to jail. Bill Self didn't go to jail.
Yeah.
Sean Miller didn't go to jail.
Sean Miller.
Right? None
He
of these
was
guys
bad
ended
off.
up going to jail. But these assistant coaches making, a good living, but certainly not living,
not millions,
high on the hog
Yeah.
like the head coaches are.
You think 6 figures still for some of these assistants?
At basketball? Yeah. Depending how long they're doing it, probably, you could maybe $500,000 for some of these assistants.
I didn't
at
wanna-
a Power 5 school.
Yeah, I didn't
not
wanna
at a
overshoot
group of
it.
5 school. At a group of 5 school, maybe $100,000 for an assistant coach,
Okay.
right? Because some of those, that's not a lot of money. One of those, I think my guy Tony Bland, maybe former Syracuse guard. I think it was at San Diego State.
Mm-hmm.
That may be a little struggle.
Oh yeah,
$100,000 in San Diego.
Yes, that's rough. $100,000 in California is rough.
That's
in general.
That's not
Yeah.
that great.
If that was
a
here,
living.
you'd be golden.
You'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes. Now you probably, unless you're here for a long time, right? You may not be in that tax bracket quite yet. But,
True.
we're still waiting for Bob. When are they meeting? We had the
Talking about the government?
Did we met with Maggard last week, right?
Yeah,
When is the Board of Regents meeting?
Oh.
For Bob Marlin's contract?
That should be coming up, right?
Yeah.
We're going to have to keep looking at that.
He dodged that, by the way.
Yeah, he did. But he's a master dodger. That's his job.
The AD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be a master dodger.
Because those football contracts get done really fast with no approval.
Yeah.
And now we're waiting for these guys to meet to get the approval.
Mm-hmm. Also, I got something good for you. Big Time Boomer put out the top 20, for 2023, the best pizza joint in every college town.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so I figured you'd appreciate that. And it's getting time. We got to cut another team.
We got to cut another team.
Yeah,
you want to do that? Oh, let's do it right now.
Okay.
We'll do it right now. All right. So do we have the best pizza place in this town?
Oh, yeah. I got everything pulled up. I'm ready. Dino's is what they said for
all right.
UL,
I mean,
which
that's
I
my
accept.
favorite.
Yeah,
That's
that's
my
acceptable.
favorite. Right.
That's very acceptable.
They got varsity pizza for Syracuse. I guess so.
Is that
Kind of
is
old
that-
school. It's right on there on campus.
I don't like the LSU one. It's Schlitz and Giggles.
I've never had it.
It's okay. I've had
All right.
better. And
Does
also,
Mobile have one? South Alabama Mellow Mushroom.
See, I feel the same way what you're about to say about that as I do about LA Tech having Rotolos on there.
I like Mellow Mushroom.
Sure, I do too.
Really expensive.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's by the campus.
Okay.
It is right there by the
Rotolos
campus.
is too.
So in Mobile, it's not, from where I lived anyways, Mellow Mushrooms was on the other side of town.
Oh,
If you
okay.
didn't think we did the whole pizza, that's where I got the idea from, to do the
Gotcha.
pizza thing in Mobile and brought it here. So I remember I liked it. It was at Drago's, right? We had Mellow Mushroom right there by the corner bar.
Yeah, it was
And
Drago's.
it changed to Drago's.
People didn't go there enough. It just wasn't.
It was
ate there.
big restaurant.
I like it. Yeah,
This was a different.
They treated it. It wasn't like the one in Baton Rouge either, which is just like a pickup, like
The
couple
one, the one in
tables.
Mobile is old school, so it's a little bit of a sit down, but not nearly as big
That's
as what
Baton Rouge.
Drago's is in Mobile. A little bit of a bar, right kind of deal.
This was like
a nice
fancy
place.
yeah.
Fancy. And in typical pizza fashion, it was a little pricey.
Yep.
I don't mind saying. Good. And they had some really good chocolate chip cookies too.
Oh, so you never had that,
yeah,
but their pizza is good though.
Right.
I'll give it to them.
All right.
Any other things on the list that you've had that
I'm
are
gonna
places?
I'm going to have to pay attention. I don't, who knows the last time I've had pizza at some of these places, if I ever have. All right, what team are you
Okay,
letting
so
go?
this is
what
big.
was the first team that you
The first team we cut, the Cincinnati Reds.
Right.
This is a big one because I know some people will be either shocked, upset, but I'm cutting the Atlanta Braves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cutting the Atlanta Braves. I realized I can't pick the Warriors. This is this is me.
Not quite, but I hear you.
This is Kevin Durant going to the Warriors and everybody jumping on the bandwagon. If I can't upset the diehards of Cincinnati, and I can't jump on the Warriors bandwagon.
Okay.
So I told you I'd shock you. You thought I was picking the Braves.
Yeah, good job by you. All right, good job by you. All right, I have had Lost Pizza Company.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
What school?
There's a bunch of them.
Oh, okay.
There's a bunch of them. They ended up in Mobile in Midtown. There's a bunch of them around.
Oh, I see.
It was
Memphis,
okay.
yeah.
It wasn't great. I mean, UConn is Blaze. That's the best thing
That's
in
the
stores.
best you could get? Jeez.
Again, good, but you think you'd get something local. Right?
Is JSU Jackson State?
I'm going to go yes, but I don't know.
Because if it is, then I know what the best pizza place in Jackson is. It's Pizza Shack for sure. Not Mongo's.
All right, but that's probably Jacksonville State.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Just based on the colors.
Yeah,
All right.
You're right.
So that's not
100%.
Jackson. That's probably Jacksonville,
Florida.
Alabama.
Gotcha.
Not Florida.
Oh.
Probably Jacksonville, Alabama.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
But some of these I haven't been to Middle Tennessee State to get Sammy's Pizza.
Yeah.
I can call my brother. He went to Michigan. We can get Pizza Bob's.
Okay.
Right? Instead of Bob's Pizza, they went Pizza Bob's.
Pizza Bob's.
All right.
Also, shout out to the Detroit ones. I know they cut them in that
again,
Detroit style.
a fine pizza. But Hungry Howie's is the best you can do in College Station.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Hungry Howie's, that's just like your drunk delivery pizza. But I don't have a problem with it
I
either.
don't have a problem with it.
I like it. The butter crust, the flavor crust,
Right.
fire.
Yeah. You know what you don't see on here?
What?
I'm looking at the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, there's no Pizza Hut, no Domino's, no none of that, which I'm happy
No
about.
Papa John's.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. So there is no outside of
Blaze.
Hungry How Pizza Blaze Pizza, and Hungry Howie's. There is no Mellow Mushroom.
Yeah, kind of a chain. But those are chains to us. Those are like, local chains, I guess.
No. All right.
But no nationwide chains on this
No
list,
nationwide change.
which I can
All right.
be excited about.
All right, let's take a time out. Top of the hour, we will have Brad Logan on to talk about Ole Miss and Mississippi State. When you're looking to try someplace new, check out the Dining by District feature on the EatLafayette.com website. You'll see all the locally owned and operated restaurants that are part of the Eat Lafayette this year, grouped by dining district. You may find a new favorite right in your area of town. Eat Lafayette from Lafayette Travel and sponsored in part by 103.3 The GOAT. Back after this, 103.3 The GOAT.
businesses proudly support the broadcast of UL Athletics on 103.3 The Goat, 1420 AM, and News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
EcoView Windows of Acadiana.
NEI GPS.
Ernie Insurance.
And Home Furniture. Support these businesses that support Ragin Cajun broadcast and bring all the action into your homes, cars, smart speakers, or wherever you work all season long.
If your business would like to join the winning team and support the broadcast of UL Athletics by becoming a UL Broadcast Booster, contact Pam Begno by calling 337-233-6000.
Spilled your drink? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading ordinary brand. So you can get back to your night. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
The mission of Paralyzed Veterans of America is clear. Accessibility. Veterans who have served and sacrificed the best of themselves deserve access to the best our country has to offer. Access to meaningful employment. Access to the veterans' benefits they've earned. Accessible homes and vehicles. And access to every part of their communities. With PVA staff working inside VA hospitals, no other veterans organization has provided more real-time, ongoing support for paralyzed veterans and their families. PVA is proud to serve veterans across all branches, all generations, and all conflicts. Our nation's heroes fought for your independence. Join PVA in fighting for theirs at pva.org.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
A division of Hub International is Louisiana's premier employee benefits and commercial insurance brokerage. Dwight Andrus can insure just about any risk that your business faces. Dwight Andrus specializes in the construction, healthcare, real estate, and hospitality industries. Chances are you're probably already doing business with someone who does business with Dwight Andrus. Dwight Andrus, a division of Hub International. Ask to speak with Harry Potter or Brant Etier. Visit them at dwightandrusinsurance.com.
Lafayette Roofing, from the roof to the roots of Acadiana. We know issues with your roof can be intimidating and maybe even expensive, but not if you call Lafayette Roofing. Big or small, we handle it all at a price you can afford. We also offer our standard 5-year labor and materials warranty. Lafayette Roofing takes pride in being in the heart of Acadiana and the official roofing company of your Ragin Cajuns. So if you need a roof, who else would you call? Call Lafayette Roofing. Our name says it all. 237-ROOF. That's 237-7663.
Don't let someone get your goat. There's plenty to go around for everyone. 103.3 The Goat, the greatest sports talk of all time.
Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know it's been coming for some time.
All right, Dave Schultz, Lyndon Burton. Coming up, Brad Logan. We'll talk Ole Miss, Mississippi State. All right, we'll do more NCAA and volunteers a little bit later on. Are the Pelicans in the Summer League playoff?
I know they won. I think
they won again.
I think so. I fell off. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But Jordan Hawkins hasn't hit a shot.
Yeah, he has been very cold.
Struggling.
Yeah, struggling.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see when they play again. I'm gonna find that out for you.
Have we seen any?
Yeah, they beat the Hornets last night.
What was the score of that game?
89-83.
It started out 25-5.
Yeah, they were blowing them out. So hopefully they do make the playoffs because they've won. I've seen them win most of their games, but one.
They lost the first one.
Yeah, that's it. They haven't lost since then. So, yeah, they should be in the playoffs, hopefully.
I mean, that should be coming up.
Yeah.
Like this weekend.
This week, yeah, for sure.
Right.
Let's see if I can find it.
Have we seen Zion working out yet?
Nah, you know he doesn't post workout vids. He keeps it close to the chest.
All I know is that he doesn't work out.
I'm not going to say that, but let's see. Let's see if there's any. Yeah, they're not saying. Yeah, so I think you're right. It has to be this weekend.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at to see the schedule. Okay, so there's games tonight, and we're going to know the schedule because it starts on the 15th, the playoffs and stuff. It goes the 15th, the 16th, and the championships the 16th night. So there's some teams that have to play tonight, like the Clippers, 76ers, Thunders, Wizards, Mavericks, Pacers, Celtics, Knicks, Spurs, Pistons, Heat, Nuggets, Grizzlies, Lakers, and Jazz, Suns. When those games happen, they'll tally up the stuff. How
many people make the playoffs?
That I don't.
I mean, the Pelicans are 3-1.
Yeah. So.
Do they have any games left?
No game. The only the games left that I just told you.
Okay.
Were those.
All right.
So
Cleveland's 4-0, Rockets 4-0, Jazz 3-0. At one point in time, the tiebreaker was the point differential because at one point in time, they had a really bad point differential.
Yeah, I think they'll make the playoffs because there's only a couple teams ahead of them.
Yeah, but everyone's tied 3-1, so it's point differential is going to have an issue there.
Gotcha. Well, they have a plus 7.7.
No.
Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong one.
It's 0.23, which happened yesterday.
The Jazz, yeah.
Which happened yesterday, basically. So we'll see. Can't take too much away from 4 ball games when they really haven't played together at all. And obviously the better players are not playing. Now it's all the same for all the teams, obviously. But right now, I mean, Dame Lillard doesn't seem to be going anywhere.
No, I told you that GM said if it takes months, it takes months.
Yeah.
Says I'm not rushing it. I want a good deal. And you can't blame him because the only reason why the Bradley Beal thing was able to happen is because Bradley Beal had a no-trade clause. Dame Lillard doesn't have that. And like you said, you just signed your contract. You got to do what we tell you. If we want you to play, you're going to play. If not, sit out.
Yeah, but I heard that someone suggested that makes Dame more valuable.
Oh, sitting out?
Having a no-trade clause. Not having a no-trade clause.
Because he's easier to trade.
The next time, if necessary.
Oh.
Whereas Bradley Beal does have a no-trade clause. It goes with you to the next team.
Oh, yeah. So
if something comes up that it doesn't work out with the Heat for whatever reason, they can trade him.
Yeah, whereas the Suns have to okay it with Bradley Beal. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how true that is, but
I know if they're still on the same contract, it does carry over. Right. That's what the Suns agreed to, and Bradley Beal still has time left on that Wizards deal.
Correct.
So it does carry over.
Correct. So I mean, I believe the person saying it does carry over, but I don't know the difference. Obviously, Bradley Beal was open to going to almost anywhere. You can't tell your team I want to get traded, and I only want to be traded to one team.
Well, he did turn down some teams.
Who did?
Bradley Beal.
Oh, he did. But I think there was a handful of teams that he was open to going to.
Yeah.
Right. So Dame Lillard, again, you've seen this. His agent and himself, we want to win a championship here in Portland.
About the grind.
Right, about the grind. And then, we get the bag, and 2 years into it, we want to bolt. So.
Yeah, yikes.
Yikes is right. Okay, let's take a timeout. Did the music not play?
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't. That was weird. Yeah, it just didn't. I'll play something.
All right. All right. Let's take a timeout. We'll do Brad Logan when we come back. Ole Miss, Mississippi State. Coming up next on a Fired Up Friday afternoon Sports Chat. 1033 The Go.
She was a seaside sitting, just smoking and a drinking on ringside. On top of the world, oh yeah. She had a
adventure, explore, and much more at Louisiana, where the good times roar. Swing by and explore with all of your animal friends, from wild and wondrous to mighty and majestic. See your favorite animals from the jungles of South America, the plains of Africa, and the swamps of the South. Play on the playground, ride on the safari train and storybook carousel, discover treasures and more. Have fun at Louisiana, where the good times roar.
If this were a Reese's TV ad, you'd be staring at a Reese's peanut butter cup. And sure, my voice is peanut buttery smooth, but still, you need to see the peanut butter cups, right? No? I can really just say Reese's and you'll go get some? Okay. Reese's. 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 Really working, actually. Reese's. Reese's. I'm on to something. Reese's. Reese's. Reese's.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ORDER to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text ORDER to 42424. That's ORDER to 42424.
Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I want to share with you the experience of Donna in Washington. She writes, I got injured about 5 years ago. I was let go when, because of the injury, I couldn't keep up with my schedule. I've tried to find other work, but I'm 68 now. No one wants to hire someone that old. This week is tough, though, because I had to get my tooth fixed. So I only have $10 in my checking account. But it will be okay. I at least have food because of this pantry. Millions of people face hunger. Some every day, just like Donna. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
103.3 The GOAT.
Yeah, that's the one.
K277DQ Lafayette, 1420 KPEL Lafayette. If it's not the GOAT, then they're full of sheep. 103.3 The GOAT, the greatest sports talk of all time.
The rumors are true.
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Dave Schultz and SportsChat are back.
I'm back, baby! I'm back!
One change, though.
I'm sorry, that deal's now off the table.
What?
We live in a different world than we did just 30 seconds ago.
Instead of waking you up, he's taking you home from work.
Hey, Dad, you want to have a catch?
I'd like that.
Talking Cajuns, Tigers, Saints, all of it.
I am your father.
Buckle up, Acadiana.
I feel the need.